Nursing student deleted by roommate days before graduation. More after this. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to AG's Point of View, where I give you my analysis on the most popular topics in the world today. In today's video, we have a nursing student who was unfortunately cut short 2 weeks before graduation by her roommate. Before I dive into the details of the video, if you're new here, welcome. Welcome to AG's Point of View. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button as well. There are more awesome, loving, and wonderful people over, similar to yourself. I'm my normal subscribers. Thanks for coming back. I'm diving in. Tamilore Odunsi, a nursing student from the UK, was stabbed to death in her Houston apartment days before graduation by her roommate, Chester Lamar Grant. Grant, age 40, allegedly killed Odunsi after an argument about their cats and subsequently attempted suicide. Police responded to a welfare check and found Odunsi deceased with multiple stab wounds. Grant was hospitalized and later charged with murder. A GoFundMe campaign exceeded its goal, raising funds to return Odunsi's body to her family in the UK and cover her funeral expenses. Okay. All right, so first and foremost, we have a nursing student by the name of Tamilore Odunsi. All right, she came over from the UK. She was 23. All right. She came over to try to get a degree in nursing because, she was going to utilize that to possibly, get ahead, have the funds that she needed, and maybe bring a few more of her family members over, whatever, being so young. A lot of times, foreign people from foreign lands, they do things like that. They get a real good job. They come in, they work hard, get a real good job, and then start bringing their people in, and then they start working, and then they just start showing them how to do it, and then one by one, they come in and they work, they tail off to get everything done. This is no different. So, she worked hard, did what she needed to do, right? She moved to Houston, okay? And her being in Houston, she was going to school. She was doing a phenomenal job. She had a TikTok channel with about 30,000 followers rather, and she was doing it up. And 5 days before she was killed, she was talking about graduating. She was all excited. She was so happy, and everything was wonderful and great. And that was like the star in her life. You know what I'm saying? Just her graduating nursing school, which I can kind of relate, because anytime you graduate from a particular school, that's when your goals seem the biggest and the brightest and, the most achievable, because you're starting new, you're starting fresh, you know what I'm saying? You have an opportunity is there. So, it was real good to see that she was able to celebrate and document her successes in the United States, moving forward to her degree, and just being celebratory, and she liked to help people and all that kind of stuff. So that was really a good thing to see, right? On her channel and everything, Now, in comes Mr. Chester Lamar Grant, okay? Now, this sad piece of you-know-what, all right, was the one that killed her, all right? Now, they ended up being roommates. I believe she was, I'm not sure how they got together. I think he moved in with her, or they could have been in a relationship, or something to that effect, right? But all I know is they got together 2 months prior to her, getting killed. So she was living by herself, and then he comes in, which is her roommate. So I'm assuming they could have been in a relationship, because they keep saying their cat. meaning the cat belonged to both of them. So if it belonged to both of them, they might have been in a relationship. That's what I'm assuming by, reading this from the publication. So unfortunately, they got into an argument, about the cat, days before he allegedly killed her. The ironic thing was that, he killed her, stabbed her so many times, and then turned the knife on himself and tried to kill himself, right? So some would say, why would he want to kill her over something small and minute, like over a cat? What could trigger you that much that a cat would want to make you kill someone, right? Well, let me go down that street and let me see if I can find some information and see if I can bring it to light to you, all right? This is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that, yes, they got into an argument over the cat. He was only there for 2 months, right? He could have been already unstable. I don't know if it was her place and he moved in with her. If that's the case, then he might have been unstable, okay? He might have been unemployed. He might not have had a job. You know what I'm saying? She was going to school. She was, bringing in the money or whatever, taking care of the bills or whatever. And, he just wasn't really contributing, right? So, but he might have, had his own say or his own, he might have contributed. I can't say he wasn't contributing because I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm just assuming. I'm just trying to piece this thing together like a detective, right? So, in my mind, okay, why would I go kill someone, okay, right before she graduated? In my mind, the way I'm thinking, they had an argument, right? How do you know that he didn't purposely start an argument with the young lady, okay, over the cat? Something stupid, something small that was not really, really important. Probably could have walked that off or whatever. The cat might have peed on something or whatever, or, claimed his territory. Because cats can't claim their territory. They walk around, mess your stuff up and all that kind of stuff, right? And it's like, it's not her fault. It's the cat fault. You know what I mean? You want to get mad at the cat about what's going on, deal with the cat. You know what I'm saying? Now, some people like that, it could have gotten an argument with her over the cat, all because he was jealous of her and her successes. See, just because you doing good and you run around and you telling everybody, you documenting everything, and I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and you telling everybody what's going on. It's a lot of fragile people out here, okay? It's a lot of weak people out here. It's a lot of weak ass men out here, okay? Very weak, mentally and physically, okay? And you can't share every accolade that you get with the world, you know what I'm saying, everybody around you. You know what I'm saying? Like, something like that, you graduate, it's kind of hard to, hide it, but it's just like, I'm not going on TikTok telling everybody, hey, I'm about to, I guess people do it, you know what I'm saying? I can't, say that they don't, you know what I'm saying? You got TV shows like Tamilore Hall, who, sometimes what they do is they go on TikTok and get stories from TikTok and success stories and all that, empowering the women and all that kind of stuff. So, it could have been one of them situations, but again, like I said, just on the looks of this guy, he seemed like he was just jealous of her. Just jealous of her success. He probably, kind of tapped out, gave up on life. I'm never going to make it out, And some people just give up on themselves so easily and so, so quick, and they just give up on life. They don't want to, they don't care about getting ahead. And the threat of her graduating and going on vacation and doing this and doing that could have triggered him to a point where it's just like, no, I can't have that happen. She got to go. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I just don't agree with, that type of thinking, obviously, because, it's some weak thinking. You know what I'm saying? Just because someone around you is successful and winning, let's just say y'all was a couple and she was winning, okay? Why wouldn't you want her to win? Why wouldn't you want her to be successful? She's right there with you. Hell, if you was a broke bum dude, you know what I'm saying, she's about to graduate and go out and do her thing, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if she said she's going to move out and then move somewhere else and do something different, and now you stuck and then you jammed up. How about you just pull your bootstraps up, you know what I'm saying, tighten your boots up, you know what I mean, and get out to work, you know what I'm saying? I don't get it, man. It's a lot of weak dudes out here. Like you see these dudes out here running around here shooting and killing people and all that. That's a weak ass dude. That's a weak ass dude. Why are you killing these dudes? Why are you doing that? Well, you don't know the situation behind. What's the situation behind all? Let's talk about it. Because at the end of the day, there's no reason why I'm out here killing people. Okay, stabbing people, hating on people, all kind. Like that's just weak. That's just a weak mentality, bro. And like when I see shit like that, it just triggers me. You know what I'm saying? To the point where it's like, bro, you hating on another dude or you see a chick. Mainly, I don't worry about the chicks. I don't really care about, when because that's what women do. You know what I'm saying? They need feelings or whatever. But for a man, for him to be hating and just be in your feelings because another dude doing better than you and you feel some type of way about it, dog, I can't. To me, that's a weak ass dude, okay? And he get what's coming to him. He gonna get what's coming to him, believe that. You know what I'm saying? So, the true motive of why he did what he did still lies in his heart. And we only can speculate what happened, and why it happened. It's unfortunate that it happened to this young lady. I wish she could have graduated. I wish she could have moved forward and did what she needed to do. You know what I'm saying? Like her becoming a nurse was truly going to impact the world, in a positive light. Just going out here and just making sure, people are taken care of on a daily basis. Now we don't have that. We got one less nurse out here in the world, and it's a sad situation. But life goes on like they always say. But this man's in prison. He will be in prison for the rest of his God-forsaken life. Okay, and hopefully her mom, and dad can kind of like be at peace, knowing that she was gonna graduate. It's unfortunate. Yes, it's very unfortunate. But knowing that she was going to graduate, she was doing the right thing. And one day they'll see her again. You know what I'm saying? It's just not fair. But, lesson behind all this, don't share none of your accolades. Share none of that stuff. That's very, very important. Hold that close to your heart. You know what I'm saying? Only talk to the people that you need to talk to. And don't be out here bragging about this and bragging about that. I'm telling you, it's a lot of bums out here in the world and a lot of weak-ass people. So keep everything, tight to the cuff, you know what I'm saying, and keep it moving. Talk to certain people that you can trust and others, you know what I'm saying, just, don't let them know nothing. You know what I'm saying? You get your job and they looking like, they don't even ask, what you do, where you work at? Well, I work at so-and-so. What do you do over there? I'm this. When did you become this? You know what I'm saying? Then when the time comes, but I mean, in the meantime, between time, like, nah, like, keep everything under the hat and keep, tight to the cuff. But with that being said, if you like what you've heard, please don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the like button as well. Bring more awesome, loving, and wonderful people over. Similar to yourself. I'm my normal subscribers. Thanks for coming back. All my new subscribers, welcome. Welcome to AB's Point of View. Do me a favor. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. It'll bring more awesome, loving, people that like stories like this, that actually care for people in the world, you know what I'm saying? And that want to see people, move forward, you know what I'm saying? Let's help each other get to the next level, you know what I'm saying? So, come visit me on my Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube Shorts, Facebook, on my, social media platforms. And let's, try to run the numbers up. We have quite a few guys out there watching the video, but don't subscribe. Do me a huge favor. Just hit the subscribe button. It's free. You know what I'm saying? Just hit the subscribe button now, right? Because you're watching it. You, the one that's watching it right now. Just hit the subscribe button and make a decision later. It's a free decision. It's not like if you hit the subscribe button, you stuck watching this video. You know what I'm saying? You can choose to just hit the subscribe button and watch it later on when you feel like watching it. And then watch, your normal content. Because that's what I do. There's no need for me to not hit subscribe. And I want to keep tabs on certain videos or see certain things or hear some information or whatever. I'm hitting the subscribe button. I mean, it don't hurt nobody by you hitting the subscribe button. So, like I said, that's just my spiel about hitting the subscribe button. Just, hook a brother up. You know what I mean? Hit that like button while you at it. Come visit the merch store. You know what I'm saying? Got a few items over there. And come check me out. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate all your assistance in that. So, but with that being said, I love every single one of y'all. Y'all be careful out there. And don't be out there hating on nobody. All right? I love y'all. Peace.
To the scene, I gotta get to the bag now. I can't be chasing on these. They getting they feeling and dragged down. That's why they just crash out. Stuck in the cell and this man down. Life getting gone in a flash now. Fitting in, I'ma stand out.
I done seen these crash out. They some baby boys, I'm the man now. They was questioning, make them fans now. I'm the best in my league and that's hands down.